Hey guys, how are you all doing? I hope everybody is having a wonderful day, and thank you for joining me again. I'm going to do things slightly different. Last week I had some notes so I could try to stick to what I was wanting to say. This week I wrote down not just notes, but what it is that I want to say for like the meat and potatoes of the video, and I'm going to attempt to read uh, through that without messing up, which I've tried multiple times now. So I'm going to attempt again to see if I can do this. And if I can get through reading what's on my little, it's just a little slip of paper, um, and not mess it up, then after I have gotten this part read, if I feel like I need to elaborate or anything, I might do that. But I'm trying to make sure that I keep this within a certain time frame on these videos so they don't go too long. But today's topic is what I tagged as feeling like a circus audition. So I'll go into what I mean about that. Healing from trauma and toxic relationships can feel a lot like a circus audition. Juggling, walking the tightrope, facing lions with nothing but a chair and a prayer. But healing is possible, so don't be discouraged or give up. Like with so many things, it can feel like it's getting worse before it gets better. But the more we learn, grow, and understand, the easier it starts to get. Sometimes you may feel like a professional trapeze artist pulling off beautiful stunts with great ease. But there will always be days that are harder, heavier, like a strong man pushed to the limit or a clown tripping over your own shoes. That's okay too, though. If you can't move forward today, then stand your ground through the storm the best you can. And remember, even if you lose a little ground, that's okay too. As long as you don't give up, as long as you refuse to give in and remain stuck there in that place. Remember, even when all you can do is stand your ground or take the tiniest baby steps, you are still moving in the right direction. And also important to remember is if we do slip and need to try again, that's not a fail. It's a chance to learn and grow more so we can keep getting better. Most importantly of all to remember, though, is to love yourself and to give yourself the grace and time needed to heal and overcome the things you have faced. That is a lot shorter than I expected it to be, but I did make it through it. And that is so true for exactly what we need to do and keep in mind as we go through healing. And really, sometimes all we can do is just take it one step at a time. Don't get overwhelmed by looking at the bigger picture. I follow a channel called Canaries in the Coal Mines, and it's a wonderful channel for people that have gone through things throughout their life, not just romantic relationships or whatever, but like myself personally, I've gone through many different layers of trauma throughout my life since childhood, that because I was taught in a lot of ways to view toxic as normal, I didn't even understand how much I still carried of hurt and pain and things that I just never had the chance to heal from because I didn't even see them for what they were. And when you are coming out of what at times can seem a lifetime of trauma and just toxic behavior layer cake. It can seem impossible. It can feel like you're in over your head. And somebody said it's not about trying to fix everything in one day. It's about taking that next right step. It's about doing that next right thing, one step at a time, one thing at a time. And that is so true. And if you don't subscribe, if you haven't subscribed to Canaries in the Coal Mine, you really should check it out. It's a really good channel for people who are going through things and trying to heal and to find their own voice. And especially if you are in a situation where you have been so isolated and so just broken down most of your life that you maybe feel like you don't have anyone close to you that you can turn to and talk to. So it leaves you feeling alone even while you're trying to heal. And not everybody, like myself personally, I can't go to therapy. There's nothing like that near me. And even trying to do it online or something, I don't have the money for that. Plus, it's not like it's something I could just do like a session or two. There's so many things that I am still trying to grasp the depths of how awful they were. Because as a young child, I was conditioned to think that that's just how things were and that was okay. And it wasn't, I never felt it was okay for me to treat others that way. And at times, if I did ever lash out in anger or in my own hurt and hurt someone, it haunted me and still haunts me to this day, because that's not ever how I want or wanted to treat anyone. But it always felt like that it was normal for others to expect others to treat me that way. And it taught me not just to people please and stuff like that, but to, in a lot of ways, to hate and disregard myself the way that it felt like others did. And those can be patterns that feel unbreakable when you catch yourself falling back into the same kind of thought process or way of reacting or whatever. And it can get hard at times, but when you know that you're not alone, even if you feel alone, when you can physically see and look and realize that you're not alone, it does help. It does make things that much easier. Not that we should look to somebody else's pain or suffering or whatever and go, oh, at least I'm not alone. Not that at all. And we should never look to, well, at least I'm not alone as a crutch to say, okay, well, it's all right. We should still seek, each of us, our own path of healing and what works best for us. But it does help to have others, not just who you can share back and forth with and help each other in that sense, but to remind you that it's a process and it's not a overnight you're healed kind of thing. It takes time. And even when you feel stuck in a rut, even when you feel like you've had a rough few days or something, and your thought process would want to drag you back in to, well, nothing's ever gonna get better, this is just where it is, so I should just deal with it and shut up or something, which that's sadly how oftentimes when you've been through stuff like that, you're taught to think and to feel. But we can overcome that. We can break that cycle, and we can fight back against it. We have the right to exist. We have the right to be ourselves and to love ourselves and allow us to be. And that is huge, especially for people who spent most of their life being made to feel that that was the last thing they could ever do. So that's what today's video is about. And I started this channel not just as a way for me to kind of vlog my own healing journey, not just for myself or whatever, but to try and help in some way others to come along their own healing journey, to find their own voices. And that's what I hope to do here. So if there's anything that you would like to share, please feel free to do so. And thank you all so much for joining me, not just coming along for this video, but along this healing journey with me, for everyone who's been there. And if you're new to the channel, then I hope that in some way this has helped you. If you know anyone that might be helped in some way by it, please feel free to share. And if you like the video, please like the video. And if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. And I don't just share talks like this. This is what I'm doing right now because I finished reading through my first book of poetry, but I am in the middle of, well, almost done with my second book of poetry that I will be working on having published by the first of the year, or by the beginning of the year. Like I had published the other one the beginning of this year. I want to publish the second one the beginning of next year. And in between, I just kind of started talking a little bit more about my own situation and where I'm at with my healing journey. And also in some shorts, I've been sharing my antique collection, just to share some things. I've also in the past shared some bookmarks that I've made and stuff like that. So there's poetry, there's talks like this, there's antique stuff, there's bookmarks, there's different things on here. If you're interested, I made some playlists for them, and I just kind of have all the videos that I've done so far on the channel. If any of it interests you, then feel free to go back and watch some of them. And I hope to see you all again next time. And remember, always make time for yourselves, because you matter too. Love you guys. Bye.